And I have my guava because, we covered something along the line of pottery making and all of that, but somewhere in the mix, a guava end up in it. Listen, a lot of strange things happen when we're out in the field, but lovely, lovely lady. And, she's into some amazing creative stuff. Different, but really cool.
I was telling you about how I leaned into the fact that I was a klutz.
Why?
And because I was such a klutz, I had to learn how to control the flops.
Why?
And find the beauty in the flop. Mm-hmm. Now, most people would look at this vase and just think it's a flopped vase. And I call it my depressed vase because it's about to collapse, but it doesn't. It's still strong and it's still functional and it's a beautiful thing to put flowers in or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying?
That's what you're saying.
People sometimes get depressed and they think it's the end or nah. Even if you're on the verge of collapse, you can still save yourself.
Oh, that's a perfect note right there. Now, this is an amazing potter, and she studied it, and she got introduced to that in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Okay, it was an accident. I was in Manchester and I was exploring different things because I was 49 years old and I wanted to retire at 50. But I knew you had to find something to occupy yourself.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't, you die quick. I swear to God, people were just dropping because they got home and they had nothing to do and they didn't know how to cope with that. Right. So I thought, right, 49, I'm going to find what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. And I was doing photography. I can't draw. I discovered that. I was doing all sorts of stuff, trying to find something that really gripped me. Yeah. And a friend of mine sent me an email with the principal of the German school of Vietnam. And he basically said he wanted to do a syllabus, a new syllabus. He wanted to design one. And I designed syllabi for schools and things. And so I said, okay, this is what you need to do. And I explained very clearly what he had to do. And the next day he sent me a contract. And I said, no, I didn't. He said, well, don't you want to come and do it? And I'm like, no. Literally because I'd only just moved back into my house after years away. And I didn't want to pack up again. But I also have a rule that I don't say no. So I looked through the contract and I found all the things I didn't want to do. And I said, okay, I'm not doing this. But then he's a reasonable guy who really wanted me to go there. So he kept saying, okay, then.
So there was practically no excuse, really.
And he didn't give me an opportunity to say, oh, well, then I can't come. No. Do you know what I mean? He just kept saying yes to everything. So I ended up going to Vietnam with a fantastic contract that gave me Fridays off. And I thought I'd go to a different country every weekend. And I started doing that. And then I accidentally went to a team building exercise with my colleagues, and it was pottery. And it turned out I was quite good at it. And then I found a pottery close by and I started going and I took their beginner's course. And from that point, she never got rid of me, the poor woman. I took every course that they had over the course of the year. I took every course. And then when all the courses were done, I just turned up every week, 3 times a week, and spent hours in her studio just doing my own thing. Wonderful. And then I went back to Manchester, and then I just carried on making pottery. And then I thought, I had a business in the UK, so I knew my stuff would sell. Yeah.
And here we are. And here we are, full-blown, retired, doing something so she don't die. No, and having fun. No, she's got pensions. We can't die. Are you kidding me? We can't die.
I can't. I have to survive till I'm 67 because that's when my last pension kicks in. I'm going to be rich then.
Amanda Murphy is a character and we love her. I don't think this is the last time we're going to see her at all either. But her pottery making and the skills, what happens here is magic. I'm going to take my tour. Sorry, guys.